Hello, Diocese of Olympia and other friends. This is Carla coming to you from the It's All About Love Festival here in Baltimore. And this is day 2 of this remarkable event. Today was a day filled with worship and workshops. I did some talking and I did some walking. Just to give you some sense of the breadth of the presentations that are happening here, I just want to read a few of the titles of the workshops that are on offer. Baptized in Dirty Water on Environmental Racism. Creating a Third Space, Evangelism for the Nuns and the Duns. TikTok Evangelism. Speaking of Freedom, Dismantling White Supremacy in the Episcopal Church. Criminal Justice Reimagined. Prophetic Voices, Social Justice Preaching, a Practicum. Communicating about climate in your congregation and community. Bridging the Gap, Exploring Mentorship and Intergenerational Divide. Evangelism in the Context of Church Analytics, How to Do Digital Ministry. A Community Walk, From Division to Unity, right here in the city of Baltimore. Agrarian Ministry in the Good News Gardens. Christian Witness in a Multi-Religious and Multicultural World. Evangelism in the Public Square, the Episcopal Church and the United Nations. Removing Barriers and Building Bridges, How Solid Structures and Adaptive Leadership Can Catalyze Evangelism. It's all about love, race, mental health, and wholeness. These are just some of the workshops and experiences that have been at offer here, and they've all been remarkable. For me, since I had to make my choice, and I made my choice, there were 2 things today that really stood out for me. The first was the opening plenary, which happened right after the morning worship. It was my chance to listen to the Dr. Kwok Pui Lan. I did not know her writings, but she did a presentation on racial reconciliation, Awake, Arise, and Act. Racial Reconciliation Now kind of was just a remarkable piece, something amazing to watch for someone who was born when Hong Kong was still a colony of Great Britain, and whose first census she had to record herself as subject of Great Britain. To hear her talk about what decolonializing might look like from the perspective of an Anglican woman born and raised in Hong Kong, who comes to America with all of her experience and her scholarship, was an amazing moment for me. The second thing that just absolutely knocked my socks off, and I guess I kind of knew it was going to, was the workshop Speaking of Justice. Now, I knew I was going to blow the title. The title is Speaking of Freedom. Speaking of Freedom. Dismantling White Supremacy in the Episcopal Church. This was led by Stephanie Spellers, by Winnie Vangers, and by Kelly Brown Douglas, 3 amazing women who wrote a letter 3 years ago that caused a stir and really generated some amazing thoughtfulness. And it was their first chance to reunite as a trio and to think about what they had written and what it looks like today. Inspiring indeed to have those 3 women of color stand before us and reflect on what freedom looks like, what the state of freedom is in America, and what it means to be a church that seeks liberation for all in the middle of a country that claims to be free. Those 2 were, for me, the standout moments, and there were so many other things to happen. I had the chance to talk to so many people, I can't even begin to name them, and I got a chance to do some walking. Put my sneakers on and put my shorts on and hit the streets of Baltimore and walk through the Inner Harbor. An amazing opportunity to listen, to watch, to get my finger on the pulse of the beat of a city, Baltimore, a city I haven't visited since my younger years. It was a great day, and now it's time for a great night's sleep. I'm exhausted, but I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow is one of the days in which there'll be more astonishing workshops, and yours truly, along with the company of many other incredible people, will get a chance to lead a workshop also as we talk about circles of color and our story here in the Pacific Northwest. Well, I think that's about all for now. As always, I'm yours in love and service.